Is road rash like a real thing? Do bikers really get a rash when they drive a bike for long periods of time? I wouldn't know. I personally, when I participate in illegal street races, I always drive a Prius C and I do not get a butt rash while sitting comfortably in my Prius C as I drive through the streets of the American heartland, escaping the police and running people over and punching people as I roll down the window. Road Rash 3D is just such an unbelievably great game. It's motorcycle racing. It's racing motorcycles through America's heartland, through small and medium-sized towns. And it's just so much fun because you're not just racing motorcycles, you're also just being a belligerent, drunken, rabble-rousing, criminal biker. You're punching the competition in the face. You're running over pedestrians. You're running over enemy bikers when they fall off their bike. You're escaping the police. Sometimes there are also these cool, over-the-top crashes. Everything about this game is just fantastic. You get different types of bikes, there's a lot of different maps in the game, and every single map is pretty long, like at least 5 miles. Road Rash 3D is just such a quality racing game. I would definitely call it one of the best, even though it doesn't take itself seriously, like a Gran Turismo or like a Dirt series. Road Rash is very tongue-in-cheek. It's like a racing game meets just random murder in GTA. This is a game from the PS1 era, but I could easily put this up against some of the racing games coming out today in 2017, and it would still be objectively better. One of my favorite things about the game is all the different motorcycles, they handle differently. And sometimes this means night and day. Like some motorcycles can be really fast, but the turning, the actual movement is just horrendous. Some motorcycles are almost impossible to race with if you're not just like a complete master, because you're constantly going to be going off-road. And some motorcycles, while they might be slower, they turn a lot better, and these are always the ones you choose over the ones that are faster and don't turn that well. And this is simply because there's a lot of turns, and it's also like I said, a long racetrack, at least 5 miles, most of these racetracks. Even with the slowest motorcycles, you're going to have plenty of time to catch up, just because there's a lot of opportunity for the CPU opponents to fail because there's a long racetrack. There's a lot of opportunity for even the best opponents to crash into vehicles, to slide off the road, or to just have a fist fight with you or a weapon fight where you will probably win because, again, they are CPUs. You can outsmart a PS1 era CPU. It's not that hard. The best thing about Road Rash 3D is it just doesn't care. It's not saying, look at our graphics, best graphics ever, best physics ever. They're like, the graphics are okay, the physics are okay, but look at our gameplay. If something like Gran Turismo or Dirt is Grand Theft Auto, then Road Rash 3D would be like Saints Row. It's a fun break from traditional cookie-cutter racing games, but because it's also a quality game, it's also just a good alternative to traditional racing games. And also, it's racing motorcycles. If I had to choose between racing cars or NASCARs or professional race cars or motorcycles, I would choose motorcycles 9 times out of 10. Motorcycles are just so much cooler to race. When they started introducing motorcycles into Grand Theft Auto, that's, I feel like, when Grand Theft Auto really came into its own, commercially and artistically. Road Rash 3D is a classic. Definitely one of the best racing games of all time. If you want to try a unique racing game and you've never played Road Rash 3D, I implore you, give it a chance. You will love it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more retro game reviews. Goodbye, my friends.